My stream ended. I didn't realise. Hello, welcome back to your Performance Racing League Tier 2 Championship race in Imola. So, some small issues to get through. Of my own fault. We are back in action. We're just watching Xavi always invalidated his lap. Green Hornet on the medium goes second with a 118.7. Going through these two corners. These are quite tricky. At these two corners, and then up. So he's actually done a purple first sector, I believe, going into turn number 8. Using all the track on the entry, losing a decent amount of road on the exit. Rusty second fastest. Then just a small lift in the first part back with Minerali, then back up the hill. Using all the power. And up, then over to the right for this chicane. Make sure to use a good amount of curb. No, he's taking it safe. They've taken it safe. Sorry, Shep goes 4th. I believe Nico John's on a lap. He's using a lot of the circuit. And then, oh, he's had an off. A lot of people having offs. A lot of people struggling, it looks. Okay, I think he's going to be able to get it back. And Green Hornet stays 5th fastest. Let's get Taffer 2010. No, he's invalidated. Look at Mr. Hex. He's really fighting the car there, in the second part of Aqua Minerali's a 10th up. This middle sector, not bad. It's barely kept within the track limits. And his ERS light is flashing. He's almost got no ERS. He's done 2 laps. This is going to cost him in the third sector. He's going to have to really send it through these corners. And he's it's not too bad. It's pretty good. He dives into the pits anyway, so resume going for a lap on the soft tyre. Oh, Nico jumped another off. That's just before Aqua Minerali, just after I don't know what corner that is. Taffer 2010 in the Mercedes has no wing. No wing on that Mercedes. That's unfortunate. Rade though starts a hot lap again. Believe. And we'll make sure to use the curb, going to turn 1 using a nice curb. Oh, it's a bit of a slide there, but I don't think it will affect him too much. Oh, there's a glitching Haas of cheeseheads. Yeah, I think something happened. You know, must have scared the Swede a little bit. 25-0 in the first sector, the fastest of every other invalidated. After going the fastest of anyone in the first sector, Ghetto Biggie, the championship leader, with going to be a moment while I try to find out how many championship points the Swiss driver has anyway. Yeah, 496 points for the Swiss driver then as we start a hot lap with the Aston Martin. So weather report for the race yet to come through, but it looks like a dry qualifying. He's really sent it through turns 1 and 2 using all the track. This is a Get a Biggie lap right here. He really goes for it. That's really nicely done. It's a 24-2 in the first sector. That's very competitive what he's done. That'll blow the water off anyone else, I think, here, unless the other drivers can really put in a time. And it's good through turn 8. Now Aqua Minerali, is he going to be flat? He's comfortably flat. He lifts off just before the first part, and then when he rises back up the hill, it's a good middle sector. This is a great lap from Ghetto Biggie on his first as well. This is going to be in the 15s. It might be a low 15. I think it is on track to be a low 15. Then doesn't hit the apex. Make sure he's all the road, then get good traction. Coming out this corner, he does. The Swiss driver. Let's see what time is on the table. It's a 1:15.3. Now that is absolutely brilliant. 1.4 seconds faster than anyone, and he's still going for another lap. Faster than anyone else on the track, and a lot of people seem to be struggling. The Kelstra 9th for the 1:18.6. Tar Heels enough somewhere. That's not ideal. Mr. Hex on the soft tyre. Can he rise up and match the 1:15.3 set by Getabig? I'm going to have a look at this one. Cheeseheads, or I believe it was 4th fastest. Oh, Wound Elegant was 6/10 up, and it didn't work. Shabby, 2nd fastest for the Ferrari in his first Tier 2 race. It's not too bad. It's not as great as Ghetto Biggie did the first, did the Tambroda chicane. Now through here, he really sends the car. Now he's definitely pushing this, and is still at least a good 4/10 off the Ghetto, the sector that that Ghetto Biggie put in. This is one hell of a chance for the other drivers to try and rival. And he uses all the track in turn 8. It's gonna be flat. It's comfortably flat for Mr. Hex. It's a real test, and he's had a big, it's a little bit of a slide, but it won't affect him. He's still 5/10 down. Oh, and he's gone wide, and he actually remains through the power of Codemasters glitching within track limits. 9/10 up then. This will be at least 2nd place, I think. And it's good for the final corner as well. Let's see what time. It's going to be 15. Maybe not. It's a 1:16.3 then. I think Rusty Oilkin. Very consistent driver. Very clean as well. And it's quite nice for turn 8. I don't know the corner name, but I'm not going to worry about that. Any little bit of a lift through Aqua Minerale. And then back up the hill for this chicane. He's one of the bit temps down. I think Nico John is on a lap. Nico John, we know he could possibly step up. He'd be one of the drivers in this. Is to step up to the challenge of the 15.3. Oh, he's invalidated this lap. Nico John, that's and let's see if Rusty can improve on. No, he does. Up to 3rd place, not bad. Oh, he's still. That's like a Tafel 2010, the new reserve in the Mercedes. Here through, and it's pretty good. It looks good. It's a 24.9, not bad whatsoever. And he's short shifting a lot, like he's like Kimi Räikkönen, and he really does send it through here, and it invalidates, and they invalidate, so that's their lap over. Rusty's invalidated. Not many people on that. Sparkplug actually going out the garage as we speak. Relay going out the garage as well, I believe. And that's Williams. And Babiaga still not yet to set a lap. So not really. So Sparkplug, he's put in a few decent performances. This is a normally quite a close championship. So just looking at this, I believe 12 drivers all have a podium. With Tag Delta, with Sparkplug being the 2nd lowest driver without a podium. Here, I believe he gets out the way of Wound. 037 Elegant, who was on a good lap earlier, being validated through turn 8. He does that. Bit nice now. He's still vague. Will he go flat? It's flat, and it's nice up the hill. No traction. This is going to be a good lap, and it's purple in the middle sector. This could be Getter Beast. No, he's invalidated. One of the 3 new reserves. And we look at Shabby 27013, and it's nice through turn 8. Now is he going to be flat for also through Aqua Minerale? He used a lot of curb and no wheel spin, no slides. And it's another purple sector, but a 10th down on the Haas's initial middle sector effort. And we don't have a weather report in yet, so there's a tier 2 driver here we're going to need one quite soon for the race. And I believe it's going to be all dry. This is looking out to be a second place lap, and it is 1:15 on the second driver in the 1:15. 24.5 then for Boone Denigan. It was quicker than it was on the last lap. It was a 24.6. And he looks to be really committing out. He is, and they are giving it their all. This is one hell of a lap. And it's a 55.05. That's another purple, and that is valid this time. This is a great lap, but almost running out of VRS. Can they still improve? Using all the curves, critical to get good traction. He gets the curve, and there's a bit of wheel slip. That's going to cost them a bit of lap time, and it's second place by 75 hundredths of a second. Cheese heads invalidates. Spark plugs on a lap, and he goes only 12th place for the Aston Martin driver. Normally the Canadian is normally a bit better than that. Not meaning in a bad way. Let's see how this goes. Oh, I think it might be a bit of a struggle track for them, so that is it's very unfortunate. Let's see how they will do. Raleigh is on the lap again. 25.1 on the first sector, not the best ever. But he's got 3 wins and 7 podiums. We know that he can do some great things. Can he make it? He definitely can make it up in the middle sector. And it's pretty good for Aqua Minerale. Not incredible, but it will do the job. Purple middle sector then. Despite it being a good few places off of the absolute best. And there's 25.2 for Taffer in the Mercedes. So let's see where it is up to line. It's going to be a relatively good lap. It's only 6th place. Fabio's on the lap right now. Let's see what he could do. Actually, we're going to switch to Taffer going through chicane. I mean, they seem to short shit a lot, but a great commitment through some of the high-speed stuff. Rally's retired from the session. I think something happened on the middle of the track. I'm going to have a look at, I believe Nico John has gone through. Yeah, I don't know what happened. We're going to have to catch up with. Believe that's Rusty on a lap. So we're about to see what happened to Rally. I think it was an off. And no, we didn't get to see it. That's fantastic. I think Rally will, I think he's going to give us an update on what actually happened. We're going to carry on with Rusty though. It's looking like a good lap so far. It's a great lap. Great first sector for Rusty. Not normally the best qualifier, but doing great. Yeah, using a lot of curve. This is a lot of commitment from Rusty here. And it's 2 or so attempts up in the middle sector. But let's look at Ghetto now, who's on a lap. And it was actually down in the first sector and really committing through turn 8 and validates. So it looks like that first lap that we caught was a masterclass. Here we go. A lot of people going into the pit lane. Rusty, though, goes 5th fastest. Good lap that is. And Fabiaga now, let's watch him make a Joe G Fishing. So Listening on as he's the last one to do a lap. 3 attempts up then in the middle sector, a little bit wide, really wide through. That is not the best chicane. Yes, let's through the final call. This the final. He's invalidated, and he almost missed the pit lane. And gets a biggie then on pole by a good margin. 1:15.344. 1:15.344, but gets a biggie on his first run. That is a mega lap there from that Swiss driver. Just really hooked up much better than anyone else. And the championship leader once again, hoping that he has got the skills. There's a lot of people still out there, so I think there's something. Okay, there isn't a glitch. Then that's good. So then it was a quite exciting qualifying session. The drivers really pushing their cars limit, so it's get a big on pole by 5/10 of a second with a short out time, so that proves the pace. Wound 037 Elegant on the front row in his first race. Then Chavy, Mr. Hex, Rusty, Miko John, Raleigh, the Kale Stewart in P8. Nice performance. Cheesehead, Spark Close, Shep, Tar Heels, Baby Yaga, Taffort, Green Hornet, and that is it for qualifying. Guess over that time would have been P7 in Tier 1. Holy smokes. Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable his pace round on this track. I mean, that is how you do Imola. That is very competitive. Yeah, even in the Tier Brubby, I mean, he can still be very, very competitive. And it's raining! It's raining for the race! So that's quite a nice surprise then. Yes, we had wet weather, grumpy. I wish it would have rained in ours. Yeah, I think that would have been quite fun. I think a little bit of wet weather always spruces things. We only had wet weather in Monaco, I believe round 4 of the championship. It's the only time we had wet weather. So we got a red report finally. Mr. Hex says it's about 20 minutes or so, so 3/4 of the race. Well, that's interesting. That's a fairly big amount of wet weather. I don't know if it's going to try. I think it will be a wet to dry race, as we just. You're just waiting. That's the boring part of it all. Just now waiting for the admin to give the signal to ready up. So just so what you can do is just grab your popcorn, just get. Right, I mean, just try and relax as we await. As we await some more great action from the Tier 2 boys. Okay then, so looks like the drivers are readying up. And looks like we'll finally be able to get going after the formation lap ends. And it looks like fairly heavy rain, but we are on the intermediate tyre. I believe everyone is on the inter. So every single driver hasn't gone for the full wet. Just a reminder of the order for you. It's Ghetto Biggie from Wound 037, then against Shabby 270312, Mr. Hecht, Rusty, Nico John, aka Brother Calf, Relay, the Chaos Druid, Cheesehead, Sparkplug, Shep, ahead of his teammate, and Babiaga Tafor, who actually lost his wing earlier in qualifying, and Green Hornets, unfortunately, Stone Cold last in the McLaren, so that's so then wet weather at Imola. We've seen it in Premier. Now let's see how it's going to affect. Let's see how it's going to affect Tier 2. So get to be going at a fairly, I think, quick pace, just trying to warm up his tyres. And 2 reserves on the front and the second row, so very responsible to out-qualify the likes of Mr. Hex, as in Nico John Raleigh. A lot of people that have been surprisingly out-qualified here at this track. Just for saying same, honestly. Let's just look at the grid again as they all line up into their grid slots. Yeah, so just waiting now. Quite a long time now for the Red Bull about being able to line up into his grid spots, and well, we had a little bit of a ghosting glitch. Half on grid. So then we'll wait to the start of a rainy Imola. Let's see how this goes. It's going to be exciting. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And slides out and away we go. It's a good start from the front two. Oh, it's a bad start for Ghetto Biggie. Gets overtaken by, why is it, Wound, Elegant and Shabby, and they follow each other nose to tail into turn 1. Nothing. Just a report of Rusty is going to go round the outside of Ghetto Biggie into turn 1. It's an awful start for the pole sitter. Raleigh now really up his tail also. Nothing. Well, the Sparkplug is a big off the Killstruder who lost Babiang gains position to poor up the Alpines. I believe Tiles that a spin and his wing is gone. And there goes, there's Mr. Hex putting some pressure on Chavi. Oh. So that almost could have been an overtake. Not many close battles to report of then. And almost, and I think really thought about going round the outside in going into Aquaman running, but doesn't think about it. So the pole sitter, who is looking so good for the and he's given Raleigh a bit of a squeeze. Not the best driving was seen. And Kelstra is enough. Struggling a lot in these conditions. Sparkplug gets past. Shep has also had to spin the 2 Alpines. Really having a nightmare race. Nico John close to Cheeseheads. And Wound 037 Elegant looking quite assured out front, not looking too bad. And looks like I think there was at least quite a battle. The Chaos Druid pits then for a new wing, I believe. No, yep, it's for a wing. New set of bolting on a new set of the inter tyre. And Chevy is getting quite close to the to Wound 037 Elegant. Chevy is a lot more ERS, post the fastest first sector of all. And Ghetto Biggie not making massive gains on Rusty. I think he may be just hanging back, waiting for an opportunity. I believe he knows it's going to be difficult to overtake. I don't know if this is him pushing fully or not. I can't really tell. And Cheesehead lagging quite a lot, always all over the place in Aqua Minerali. And Sparkplug is looking for a move. Is he going to risk it around the outside? No. And the predicted pit stop strategy saying, well, either going to have a one stop or a no stop. Oh, here goes Sparkplug into the chicane. Almost gets the, I don't know what happened there, but he just backed off. And when we were looking for a, oh, in the, I think very cautious, the Sparkplug. Mr. Hex then just still, patience is key for the drivers here. You can wait for spins and mistakes. Yep, he certainly can. That's the thing with these tricky circuits. That's where not hitting the barriers, not making mistakes, and really coming key. And Boone always going to go down the inside. Nearly goes down the inside. It's very nose to tail now between the front three. This is the racing we want now. Mr. Hex CM said to me that wet weather tends to be his favourite conditions. Always, he's had a spin. He knows he's kept it. He's kept it on the circuit. He hasn't DNF, but I believe he has wing damage and he's going to drop a lot of positions. That's one of the front three now gone. And that promotes Ghetto Biggie into 4th place. So this is what would have wanted. Xavi is getting very close to Wound, representing 2 new reserves. Going at it for the lead of a Tier 2 Grand Prix. It's not... it's actually quite rare in PRL. And look how close they are. They're giving it everything. Not giving an inch. But Xavi gets in front. Great racing between the 2 newbies to PRL. Like, it's a great racing, and here it goes. Ghetto Big. I think he's going to try it round the outside into turn 1. He's really committing to it. It's always been squeezed by Rusty, and he spun both of them round. He spun Raleigh round along with himself. That is a disaster for the championship leader, who knocks out his biggest championship rival as well. And there goes Sparkplug. He's going to take both positions. No, he doesn't. He doesn't take both positions. That's a surprise. Rally now. I don't know if Rally has damage at all, but we're going to see eventually. Let's see on Mr. Hex on new inters. Shep pits again. I think it's just been a bad race for him. He's lost his end plates, I believe. I think Tar Heels' wing is okay. And so then Xavi leads by 2 seconds already. I think he is loving these conditions. Now I'm sure Mr. Hex is going to be pushing as hard as he can. Yeah, it's a 26.7, much faster than anyone else has done. Nico John gets past Cheesehead still lagging all over the place. And Ghetto Biggie now is going to be so focused to chasing down, and Rally still close to the gearbox of Sparkplug. Oh, he went for the gap, and the gap just disappeared. It's a disaster race. Absolute disaster race for Rally, but it's still recoverable. We know that. And Xavi looking rest assured out in front. Only 5 laps in, and this is a great race for him. And Green Hornet getting quite close to... Oh, Shep! 10-second penalty. And he's been lapped. Shep. This couldn't have gone any worse. And Wound 0379. Can he gain back on Xavi? Nico John setting the pace right now in the middle sector. And Ghetto Biggie is very close to Cheeseheads now. He is really putting the time that he needs in order to get past the Haas and I believe someone's pitting. It's Tar Heels. It's just a race mostly between the two Alpines themselves right now. Tar Heels with new tyres and gets a new wing. Oh, Shep has got some dreadful understeer and he's going to get lapped by Mr. Hex. Now this is an awful race for both of those, and Mr. Hex gets the fastest lap by a good margin, and as Green Hornet gets past Taffer in the Mercedes. And Getter Biggie just hanging back again. He's still waiting, he's not risking it too much. And Nico Jonas stuffed it. He stuffed it into the barrier. Aqua Minerali, a bit like Latifi's unfortunate crash. Here's a yellow flag, and I believe Nico Jonas limping. He's really, I can't tell if there's damage. I believe there's no damage, but he is definitely and drastically slowed by that, and the race has kind of died down. The closest pair on track would have to be Getter Biggie and Cheeseheads. Alright then, 2 seconds everyone. I'm just going to do something really quickly, so I'll be right back ASAP. Hey, I am back and ready to watch this racing again, and I think Cheesehead and Getter Biggie quite close then, but not close enough for Getter Biggie to make the overtake, so we're still going to have to wait a little bit longer for these two to really try and overtake. And they're still not close enough to go through turn number 8. And the Cheesehead, I think, has a bit of a slide again. It looks like there's some connection issues, particularly through Aqua Minerali. And he's getting quite close then. Getting pretty close. He's reserved a lot. They've nearly the same amount of ERS, and that's going to become kind of, and now it depends on as to the slipstream and who utilises that slipstream better. Let's look at the penalties for Shep. 23 seconds for Shep, and he's getting pretty. Oh, he's retired. Shep has and I believe he's still trying to get past Cheesehead. He's still not close enough. Cheesehead is lagging all over the shot. It's making it a nightmare. And Green Hornet getting close to Babiaga now, so So we're still gonna have to wait for it's a big slide. Forget to begin now. Sparkplug is actually approaching quite quickly, and now the hard work starts all over again. Forget a biggie. And it's lap 10 of 32, and the race has died down quite a bit. There's Rally getting quite close to Tafor within a second. And Greenhorn and Babiag are quite close also. A lot of cars now getting back within a second of each other. And Chavi, look at him, he stretched his lead massively, and Mistex is really catching those, that pack ahead. He's used all of his ERS. Almost all of it's gone. And Bradley quite close to, bit of lag there to the Mercedes of Tapper. He might go for a move here. He's going to go down the inside. That's pretty risky, I believe. Got the traction, he's got the speed, and he has done it. Up into 9th place. So that is one car in of the recovery for him done. And he's got really close to Cheesehead. Now he is feeling probably. Oh, he's had a spin again. And he's hit. Now this is awful for Get a Biggie. He's done this twice now. Sparkplug says thank you very much and actually takes 5th place. And Babiag is also quite close to Get a Biggie. That's an Ailing. That's the championship leader. Really, really struggling. And let's just look at Chavi. He is having a wonderful race up in front. Just looking, probably looking so composed. That's pretty good. What he's done, he's pulled 8 seconds now. And Mr. Heggs with another fastest lap. He's reading off these fastest laps lap by lap. He is really giving it his all, Mr. Heggs. And he's quite close to Bambiaga Green Hornets. And there's a massive loss of choice. He's just bumped Green Hornet ever so slightly. They're going to be side by side going through turn 8. Rally's right there as well. And there's a lot of rubbing, but again, rubbing is racing as they say. Oh, and Rally just sneaks. And so this Taffel sneaks past Green Hornet. This is very interesting, but it's good. Relatively good racing for what I've seen so far. The race has kind of gotten more entertaining again instantly. It's great. And there's Mr. Hex. He's caught right up to this pack. His great pace has allowed him to really get back in it. And there's Tafford. Is he gonna go for the move? Mr. Hex will be dying to get past these cars. There's gonna be a lot of frustration still, I think, for him. And there we go. And he doesn't have the ERS. He just doesn't have enough straight line speed. And he dives it down the inside. He's spun. It was just a lot of people going for extremely risky moves. We like to see it, but it does cause incidents. And Babby are really fighting back on Rally. Great racing. He's been squeezed up ever so slightly, but I think the move is done. And well done to well done to these to a lot of these people for the great racing in the wet. And Miss Tech is going to be dying to catch back up to the pack after reading off fastest laps. It's looking like it's bad. It's gone all over for him again. I can't select any other cameras. What happened? I saw I could pick more cameras, now I can't. So no damage. Mr. Hex has actually set the best middle sector. Now this is a ruthless. Oh! Tapper's adding off the Chaos Druid also. Unfortunately, as we're looking in P12. Shabby has pulled almost 10 seconds to his nearest rival, Rusty, having a very nice race out there in third. Let's see if he can pick up any positions from these from the penalties. No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't do, but. And he has pulled 10 seconds, and they have pulled 10 seconds. And there's a greenhorn is still quite close. 6 tenths the gap. Let's watch Mr. Hex though. He's going to be on the charge again after a risky move. I suspect this is going to be probably a purple lap. And he's almost taken Aquaman and Raleigh flat. That's some serious commitment going on from Mr. Hex. And he's still improving. 0.7 thousandths milliseconds on 7 milliseconds improvement on the lap. And it's a flashy Sniper Baby Egg. He's struggling a lot. Really to keep things in check. And Tapple's out. There's a struggling Mercedes. I believe Nico Johnson's going past it. And it's a virtual safety car. Virtual safety car. That's the first thing had all race. So credit to the two boys for keeping it relatively out of trouble all race. I didn't see it now. I just remembered I didn't. I think there must have been a spin somewhere. And everyone's slowing down now. Kind of blending the brake and the throttle. Very interesting. Never seen that before. Yeah, so and I think we're back to green racing. Look at that. The virtual safety car has ended, and now we're back to the great racing that we've seen. Mr. Hex has already closed back up. This is unbelievable pace. And let's look at Mr. Hex. See if he's improved. He's improved again, 25.6. Now this is a man on fire. He's kept his ERS on. Let's see. There's an overtake from Mr. Hex. It's a bit understeery, very understeery for the final corner. He's going to get double slipstream off his teammate and the McLaren, but it's not barely close enough. He might be able to go for a move in some other parts of the circuit. Oh! And he's bumped his teammate. He didn't slow down in time he gets through anyway. I don't know if there's damage. I hope there isn't any damage. Yeah, no, I think Mr. Hex is okay. That could have been bad. He hasn't lost any wing. Believe not anyway. Let's see. No end plates lost. He's set the gaps back, and Mr. Hex getting very close to Green Hornet, and is really sent it over the curb. That's not perfect, especially when he's following a car like that. He really wants to get past him, but that he needs to not be losing time to his opponent like that. Here we go. Let's see what lap time he is. Really close now. He's gonna almost pull to the inside now. No. Green Hornet is more ERS reserve, and he just doesn't get. Oh, something happened with Sparkplug. There's something has happened, and Get a Big who you haven't seen in a while, closing up on Rusty. Yeah, Sparkplug. I don't know what happened with that. I think there was a spin. And now just looking, Cheeseheads has actually gone up into first. I believe something happened, and Mr. Hex has gone past. I believe at the chicane. I don't know if there was contact, but nothing to worry about with Mr. Hex. Weird camera that. So let's see if Get a Biggie will he pass is he gonna pass Rusty? Is he gonna catch up? I think he will definitely catch up. So Get a Biggie's gonna put his head down. Let's see if he just passes. It doesn't look like his head is completely in the game, but some of the some of what he's done. Oh, that was quite close between Mr. Hex and Sparkplug. I thought there was going to be a collision. That was Baby Yaga, sorry, not Mr. I can't tell who that was, but might be both cars for all I know. Let's Get a Biggie looking. Oh, Sparkplug is the first one onto the 6. It's a bit like Vettel in Turkey, I think. I don't think it's time for slicks. So we're going to remain on board. Remember, Vettel in Imola in real life is the first one to go on to slicks, I believe. It was the medium, of course. And the slick worked. And it's not the best traction out of there. Let's have a further examination of how. Oh, it's big understeer. No, it hasn't worked. It's not worked. It's like Vettel in Turkey and not here PRL in Imola. It's gone wrong. It's gone horribly wrong. Mr. Hex gets past. Oh, there was I don't know what happened there, but on Mr. Hex a big snap of oversteer. I don't know what was happening there, but that was maybe a too risky of a move. I believe both end plates are still going. Let's have a closer. Yeah, both front end plates still going. The front wing is okay. And now he's going to be dying to get past Rusty. Yeah, look at that. He's really struggling. It's an ailing Aston again. Look at Mr. Hexon. Just doesn't have the ERS to get past. I think on that ERS of the fastest laps, it's not helping at all. Nico thought the Kale Street was having a bit of a slide there. Get a Biggie pretty good. Mr. Hex with his first penalty as he's looking to get past Rusty. He's a really good first sector. And he's this close to passing Rusty. I think he's going to take another risky but hopefully more successful pass. It's close. It's really close. And it was nearly there. It was so nearly there, and he gets past. He does get through on Rusty. Good move. Now get to be close to Cheeseheads. Let's look at the ERS situation. Cheeseheads is a lot more. So unless there's a mistake, I think this is still going to be Cheeseheads' position. So sorry about that. That was but no real updates then. Green Hornet Baby Yaga then. Yeah, so nothing really interesting. And it looks like there's that spark plug. There's a little bit of a lapped car, little race going on. That's a shame for Rusty was doing really well. Chavez has a session. I think there is a disconnect. I'm going to see if I can invite them back. And I don't know if they've taken... Yep. So that's the leaders back in the session then. And hopefully we'll take control very soon. Can't believe it kicked me. Oh, that must have been a glitch then. Yeah, luckily you're still there. I mean, you're having a great race. Are you back? I can't tell if they're back or not. I've no idea. You're looking at the brake inputs. Yeah, so the leader now has actually been disconnected. I believe can't get back into the session. Looks like they're back in session. That's just to wait them taking control. I don't know if they have yet. I'm gonna assume so. I'm gonna have a check by the braking. No, still not. Oh, left. No, I believe you have to go into the menu. I believe when you get to your car, select take control. So look on the spectator menu, see if you can. If you can't, then I think it is game over with nothing you can do. So if you can get back in, that's great. But if you can't, then and we've had the second slick pit. Okay, Chavi back in the session. And Babiaga goes on to slick. So 10 laps to go on the medium. Weirdly, the medium. Yeah, I believe didn't have any available sets. Nico John also pits. So it's the slick time. I'm going to look at the gaps, see if there's any gain. I don't know what Jeff's told them. Nico John on softs. Yeah, the lead is AI now, just stuck. Unfortunately, stuck out front. Is it not letting you take control? I can't tell if it's letting Xavi take control. So I'm going to have to send a new invite, see if that helps at all. Can't control, right. This is quite an unusual situation. There isn't... Right, did it not allow you to say take control on your screen? I can't tell. But that's really caused some, it's caused quite a lot of trouble, so, as we speak, Mr. Hex onto the slick tie, I think that was a bit of a slide also. And I don't know if it's really starting to work now. DRS enabled. And so Wound 037 Elegant is now going to have to pit for the slick, for slicks. Okay, back in the session. Rainsy at the was leader. And hopefully this AI doesn't cause any trouble. So does it not allow you here to take control? I can't tell if you've gotten back in. So try and get onto this, okay? Yeah. Just in case. Yeah, I can't tell if you have or not. I don't know if it's annoying for me to keep doing this, but I mean I've got no idea. So. Okay, rally on slicks and cheeseheads. And let's see, this is Mr. Hex on the main straight. Really cranking up, pretty cranking up the boost on that engine. Oh, and there goes Mr. Hex. He's going to get past Cheeseheads. Going into turn 8, that is a very risky move. Is it going to work? He's kind of pushed Cheeseheads off, and it has worked for both drivers, the two Honda drivers. And there goes Chevy, and the mistake of the time penalty. Wound 037 Elegant into the pit lane, so that's the slick. 24 laps on the intermediate. I think he's back, I can't tell. Yeah, I think he's back, yep. So we have, oh no, he's had a spin immediately. And I think the frustration, or it's just a lag. The tyres hit the kill Druid. Has, I think he's set himself up a challenge. Despite having the gap to beat, you need to get onto the slick, mate. Yeah, he still hasn't gone onto the slick. I mean, it's what looks like a dry track to me, and he's losing time, clearly, to even the mediums. And into the pit lane, then goes the Killstrud. 21 laps on the inter. And Getovic has made his way into second place in this whole mess. Let's see if Xavi can recover, possibly, after a, I think what was a good qualifying. Now, Mr. Hex, will he be able to chase down championship leader after his dry pole time of 15.3? I believe he did a 16.1 or something to the effect of that. So we have to watch the lap times. And there goes Tar Heels, who's still going in this race, has still been And it looks like Getterbeek is pulling away, and I believe it's just going to be a comfortable, relatively comfortable second place. Second and third place for both of them. And not really, no racing to report on other than those two. Let's just sit back and have a watch of the lap. The final bit of the lap that Getterbeek is on right now. We're just going to watch him and see how much time he can gain as the track builds rubber again. Cheeseheads gets a penalty. Green Hornet is the only one without a time penalty of anyone. Gets a big rid of purple first sector. And it looks like he is pushing for that fastest lap point. It looks good. It's a purple middle sector. Using all the track. And it's a 1:18.7 then. And Mr. X was not too far behind, I believe, in terms of lap time. Yeah, let's see if we can maybe overtake Getterbeek. That was a bit of a slide there from Mr. Hex. Let's have a look at Getterbeek again, not improving on the lap despite the rubber building up again. It's another 18.8 then. Let's just have a look at the leader now. Brownie with the fastest lap then, so let's have a look at his pace, see if he can pull anything up. And isn't too far off his best in the first sector. It's not a massive improvement. No, it is up. And something's happened to Chelly, and I believe... No, Miss X has had a spin, I believe. Oh, he's gone straight through. It doesn't look like there's wing damage at all, but... No, both... One of the end plates have got, I believe. The left... No, yeah, definitely the left end plate is definitely gone. And it's definitely understeer into the pits then. For a new wing. Potential in this race with Mr. Hex, it's just not been there at all. And Mr. Hex bolts on a new set of the soft. Let's just look at the leader now. Moved 037, who has had a great race. They've just kept their nose down, has not made any mistakes. And that is critical. Just about enough pace also to keeping up with most of the pack. So they've got exactly what someone needs to be winning at Imola. Let's just take another lap on board. We're going to keep on board with Mr. Hex, see what he does on the new set of softs. Let's just have a look at this lap. That's going to be here into turn one, doesn't hit the apex, but it's definitely, I can already tell, throwing that car around. I mean, definitely out of the frustration of not having a potential in this race being kind of wasted away. It's been unfortunate. 4 mistakes, 25-2 in the first sector. Yeah, it's looking like a good lap. Will this be the quickest? It's not showing of being purple for both. And it's a 1:17.2. That's a mega lap from Mr. Hex. Great lap that is. And Sparkler gets a penalty and actually missed the checker flag. Wound 037 England wins in Imola. His first race and a brilliant performance. And as I said, not making any mistakes. Just keeping your nose down just enough pace to keep up and take advantage of the mistakes. And it's a brilliant performance then in his first race in Tier 2. That is a great way to start to open the bank in your PRL career. So well done to him. Get it, Biggie. Takes second place still. It's my second race. Oh, okay, didn't know that. Raleigh in third, Chavi in fourth. Probably ruining what could have been a win. Then Rusty, Mr. Hex still yet to take the checkered flag. It takes Greenhorn takes sixth place. Fabiaga out to cross the line for eighth, and that is it. And that is it for Tier 1 in Imola. So the winner, Wound 037 for his, I don't know if it's a first win or a first podium, but it was a great performance regardless. Then Get to Biggie taking the best he could from this race in second place. Raleigh, then Chavi, Rusty, Green Hornet, Fabiaga, Mr. Hex, Cheeseheads, Nico John, the Chaos Druid, Sparkplug, Tar Heels, Teffor, Shep, and of course Shep unfortunately retired, and that is it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you later, everyone.